Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me in the shop again today. You can see behind me here we got the 78 Pontiac LeMans wagon in here. I nicknamed it the Dragon Wagon. Got to change the gas tank, going to change the shocks in it. I'm going to clean an undercoat underneath the backside here, everywhere that I can get to for now. I'm doing some floor work in it. I got to patch some holes. I'm going to put new carpet in it. You know, just kind of do a little bit of interior work on it. Getting closer to springtime, so I want to get all this stuff done before I start working on any other projects. First things first, we're going to get it out. It's probably be a couple part series. One of these corners down here, there's a little red button. Click that, subscribe to the video, follow along. We'll get at it. Alright, got the wagon up in the air there. I got it on some ramps, and there's also jack stands right there. They're not the Harbor Freight ones, so I should be good. Both sides, you know, ramp and jack stand. So we'll show you what we're working with. And the side over here is where the gas goes in, most all these G-bodies. There's not really anything that holds this in here, like the newer style. Usually they'll have some nuts or bolts or something right here, or screws or whatever the hell they are. None of that in this side. Pretty much just falls right out, I guess. So I got down here before I started working on anything, before I got tools or anything, and just sprayed everything. These are your two back strap bolts. Probably don't need to take those out. I'm going to do it anyway. I just think it's going to be easier to get the tank to drop down. This is your sending unit. Ground wire here. I'm hoping I can unplug that from the tank once I get it to start coming down. And also I'm going to change the shocks pretty soon, so I just went ahead and sprayed those while I was down here. Both sides. So as far as the fuel line goes, it comes out of the top of the tank here. Curves around, there's a little bracket right there. I sprayed that. Keeps going. Let's see if I can get you up in here a little better. Curves around, goes back, another little bracket right there, sprayed that one. Then it turns to rubber right here. That's rubber line shit. It's all weather checked really bad. But it's only a short distance, makes it to that curve right there. So I'm going to just cut this for now. That way I get the tank out and it'll deal with that afterwards. This hard line looks like it might be kind of rusty. I'll check it out a little better once I actually get it out of here. If so, then I'll go ahead and replace that also. But you can see somebody's been in here before. Right here. Looks like it would be the return line. That's been cut off. Looks like mud dauber's been inside of there. But back to the straps, there's another here, this bolt, and there's actually a captured nut up inside of there. You can see it on this side. Both sides are pretty much exactly the same. This is a 15 millimeter, which surprised me. Most of these older GMs are always a standard, but that was a 15 millimeter. Like I said, the captured nut is inside of there. These ones I've already actually got them broke loose, but I sprayed all this before I even got into it. So I'm going to go ahead and get these unstrapped, get the tank dropped down, and I'm hoping I can get up into here. And there should just be a rubber line that connects this hard line again to the top of the sending unit. I'll hopefully just be able to take that off and unplug the sending unit itself. Like I said, I did spray this all down because I'm going to replace these. Another thing, too, is this is the old exhaust hanger. That's not doing anything, so I sprayed these bolts, and I'm going to take those out, too. So that way when I put it back in here, it's a little easier. No sense of having this shit on the car if we're not going to use it. It does look like I'm going to have to change pinion seal. This got shit all over underneath of it. Looks like I might have a little bit of a tranny leak up underneath there also, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. Somebody before me did put pretty much a full stainless exhaust on here with a Flowmaster. It doesn't sound half bad, like I said, for a stock motor, so sprayed all that shock. Again, we're going to get those out of here. Springs all look good. The actual floor of the car itself looks pretty good. And I may get up in here while the tank's out, because I'm pretty sure this tank's got a hole in it. So I'll probably get up under here while this is on order and clean a lot of this off here. Maybe just spray it all or scrape it off what I can and put some rust converter on there and maybe give it a coat of paint too. But everything else is actually pretty solid underneath here. Not really any rust holes or any issues that I'm going to worry about. The floors and everything like that are all pretty solid. So, but I'll get this tank out and I'll get you back in here when I get it out. Alright, got her out. The lines came out, still attached. There were no problem. This one here is all cracked to hell. This is a main feed line. As you can see, I'll get you in a little closer. You can see it's all weather checked and cracked to hell. So that's probably one of the main reasons why it was losing pressure. And also the fuel or the return line not being hooked up, it wasn't holding that way either. But you can see here the tank's dirtier than hell. Even down in here is all rusted out. I haven't quite figured out where the leak's at in here yet. I'm going to get it all cleaned off here real quick. And the ground strap just unbolted. It was like one screw into there. And then this here is like a threaded thing for your sending unit for your fuel gauge. It just pushes on top of there. Pretty simple setup. I don't believe a new tank comes with this whole sending unit, so I'll have to get that, make sure that's all cleaned out around there, and I'll probably spray the hell out of it. That way, hopefully it sets a couple days, it'll come out easier. But first I'm going to get this all cleaned off here, and there is still gas in this tank, so I'm going to slosh it around a little bit and see where I can't see where it gets, where the fuel's coming out at. A wet spot per se. But I'll bring it back when I get it figured out. Alright, got it all cleaned off and sloshed it around, and this is what I come up with. I got a leak here around this thing, and I'm not really sure what the hell that is. It kind of looks like some little metal strap that's been soldered on there. I don't know, but it leaks around that. And also I got a big leak right here, just above the seam. There was rocks and just piles of dirt and clay, and I mean, you can see it all over the damn place. I just gave it a quick sweep off and then brushed it off with a rag and got into these hard to reach with like a little screwdriver and just kind of knocked some of the crud out of there. But I wanted to see how bad it was. It's probably fixable. But I've been down this road before, changing gas tanks on things and trying to patch them and put them back in. And to be 100% honest, it's just not worth it. I patched the gas tank shit 6-7 times on one car. Every time I put it back in there, it leaked somewhere else. So for the $165, I believe is what it showed that it cost me, I'm going to buy a new one. I'm not going to mess with this one. Like I said, it's right there on the seams leaking bad. Right there is leaking bad. And pretty much all over the thing is just kind of rusted and just garbage. It's just, like I said, it's just not worth the time to mess with it. So I'm going to get a new one ordered up. In the meantime, I'm going to go back underneath the car here. Get a wire brush underneath all that. Clean all that crap up off of there. Straps are still good, so I don't need to get new straps. There are barely any rust or anything on those, so I'm not going to order any new straps. You can get it with the straps. The whole kit's like $200, I believe. The straps themselves are like $30-some. But I don't need them, so I'm not going to order those. But I got to get the gas tank ordered. I'm going to order some new shocks. Probably put it all in there while I'm underneath there. So, but like I said, I'm going to get underneath here, clean all that up. Probably spray some undercoating on it. Just kind of get it back to like a factory undercoating look. Nobody's ever going to beat under there other than me, but at least I know, I did it. So, all right, new parts time. Rear shocks, I did upgrade. I paid up a little bit for these. These are about $80 for the set. They're an AC Delco. There's a part number on there if anybody else wants to see it. I bought these off of Amazon. Like I said, they're about $80. Comes with all the hardware. Comes with new shock mounts and everything that bolt to the axle. The only thing it doesn't come with is new bolts here, and I don't know why the hell they don't. But I'll probably just end up buying some new ones, some grade 8s or something, just because for the few dollars it's worth having the upgrade. But I bought the coilovers basically just because all these wagons always seem to sag a little bit in the backside, and I thought these might help hold it up a little bit better with the extra spring rate on them. The new gas tank I actually bought this from O'Reilly's. It ended up being quite a bit cheaper than anywhere I could find it online. There's the part number if anybody else needs one. They are specific to this Safari. The regular LeMans gas tanks are all different. But I ended up buying this from O'Reilly's for about $135. The reason being is Rock Auto had it for like $112, but by the time it shipped it was like $150. So this was in the store the next day. No problem. Fits right up in there nice. Supposed to. Direct stock replacement. So I figured, I thought, what the hell? Plus I've got a warranty on it. Whereas the ones you buy offline, you don't have any warranties on them. So the only thing I don't like about it, the damn spout was sticking up, but it was an overnight shipping from out of Detroit, so we'll see. But other than that, everything looks good. So we're going to get some new parts installed, so stick around. Alright, got the gas tank out, got the shocks off. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get underneath there with a wire brush, and I'll show you my weapon of choice here. Just got my big grinder here with a big wire brush on the end of it. I'm going to get underneath there, tear off everything that I can get a hold of. Don't forget to wear your mask doing this. There's nasty shit and years and years and years of road grime underneath there. So wear your mask, you know, wear your safety glasses, these sexy specs like these, 100-mile-an-hours. We're going to get underneath there, get it cleaned up, and we'll undercoat it and get back with you. Alright, we got her all cleaned off and put some undercoating on it. You know, I got pretty much up to the cross member up there. Let me get your flips around here. Your cross member that runs across, like right through there. I pretty much got from that side to back of the floorboards, pretty much all this way. Got in the best I could, cleaned everything off there, knocked all the loose shit off, wiped it all down. Spare tire holder, you know, the spring, shit like that. I got to most places to where I'm not ever going to touch it again. Above the gas tank right here, pretty common. You know, never going to see that again, but I just know it's there now. Makes me feel a little better. Got some of the frame. I'll be messing around in here again. Depending on, you know, how long I keep this thing, all that, I may end up changing these, putting like a different coil setup on it. You know, there's a bunch of companies that make like UMI and things like that, make like a pro touring package that you can get. I don't know how far I'm going to go with it, you know, if I'm just going to leave it like this or what, but for right now, like I said, all this is taken care of. This is all cleaned up. This is all undercoated. Is it perfect? No. Is it better than it was? Absolutely. Just everywhere I touch, you know, I'm going to try to clean up and undercoat it. You know, that way, hopefully, probably next winter, I'm going to pull the motor tranny out, get that cleaned from basically the axle forward. Hopefully, I can get that all taken care of too, because I got to go through the motor, probably go through the transmission, clean it all up, things like that. But as of right now, you know, I'm going to let this all dry. I do got the new shocks. I got the new gas tank. We'll get that all put in probably in the next episode. Like I said, as right now, this is where it's at. So stick around. Click the little subscribe button wherever the hell it's at on the screen. And we'll get her done.